brings me great pleasure to officially inaugurate the National Council on Privatization.
The mandate is one of commercialization, privatization, optimizing government investment.
Now we have plans that can do up to 800 metric tons per hour, and that's about 14,400 in one day. That means if you bring in a vessel of 50,000, within 7 days we clear the vessel. And that is what we did. We invested so much in the training. We made sure that whatever is necessary by law, we provide. Once the freight rate is high, you're not gaining anything.
Welcome to OTNA, your window to information on optimization.
Economic experts assert that for a nation to experience economic transformation, there needs to be a significant shift from activities that record low productivity to those that are more productive. In other words, when the country's economy moves away from sectors that produce less and towards sectors that produce more, this transition is fundamental to achieving growth. Growth is essential for a nation's development, and in fact, it is believed that for a nation to be truly sovereign and successful, it needs to consistently evolve and expand its economy. Thus, this saying emphasizes the significance of growth to the well-being and progress of a nation. Hello there. My name is Omelogo Nadi, and I am standing in for your regular host, Dr. Tope Ojeme. Welcome. It's yet another edition of OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets. Here, we trail the optimization process of the nation's assets carried out by the Bureau of Public Enterprises through privatization and commercialization. Today on the program, we will see the work done leading to optimization of some of the nation's assets.
This is OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
The Skyway Aviation Handling Company PLC, SAHCO, is an airport and aviation service provider. But with the BPE and optimization of assets, SAHCO is now a leading airport and aviation service provider, offering a comprehensive range of services in terms of quality, with infrastructure now well upgraded. Let's go on a brief tour with Vanessa, the head corporate communications lead, SAHCO.
Those are the containers, the steel ones that you're looking at on the rack.
Yeah.
This takes two now. So yes, so they put everything in there. So you can see some pallets, you can see some containers. Everything is now removed from the containers and even from the pallets. And that's where you have the custom, they will check everything. And because everyone you know that comes in, a message would have come to Nigeria. So they will just check it according to what they have. Also have the dangerous goods. We have some that we call dangerous goods, and there are 9 categories. And we have 9 categories, and for every cargo that comes in that is a dangerous good, we have to place them according to their categories. We make sure that we don't mix them up together, because that can be very dangerous. So from here, whatever is done, the documentation part of it. So once they are done with the documentation side and they are now clear to go, so they start from back here to be vetted there, and then after that, then you load it to the owners, and then it's loaded. We'll go to the loading. Once the agent is done with the documentation part of the cargo, they will come in and then they will send their documents here. So we will cross-check to be sure that they have all the documents ready. And everybody, all the parastatals have released them, the quarantine have done their own, customs have done their own, and then we will check which is what the SAHCO staff is doing right now. The auditors, they will check, have they paid the right levy? Have they sorted out all the things they need to sort out? So once that is done, then it will now be released to them.
The core investor and chairman of SAHCO and the chief executive officer of CFAX Group, Dr. Taiwo Afolabi, CON, shares with us what attracted him to invest in SAHCO.
As an entrepreneur, I believe in Nigeria in the first instance. I believe in the government of Nigeria, whether we like it or not. Then what motivated us to invest is just to let you know that Nigeria as a good country, we cannot run away from it. And I have passion for whatever I do. I look at the aviation sector. Yes, there's no doubt that there are some people, the companies that have invested in aviation, knowing fully about what you just said. Airline business is in comatose. Nobody wants to do it. But if we find out now, everybody believes there's money there. But I will tell you one thing that is more important is that in airline business, which is one of the, you can talk about the aviation now, you have to be prudent in whatever you do. But you find out Nigerians believe that because it's a cash cow business, they always thumb their hands and believe that the money will come. But no, the margin is so minimal in aviation airline business, but you have to be very careful. Like us, we delve into handling, and I know the reason why. I believe handling is more, robust in the size, in the sense of that you don't carry risks that is more than. But in the airline, the risk is enormous. But handling, which I believe that I need to delve into, it's not carrying too much risk, and I believe whatever I do is what's doing in the way that what is doing well. So we are so passionate about what we do. Like I said, I will put all our efforts into it. So it's something that you cannot do without. And however, whether you like it or not, this is where we find ourselves, and we believe that we can put more, and we can, in the sense of, adding value to whatever we do, and it gives us joy, and to do that, and that's here we are now. You can, to you, it's an eyesore. You saw what we have done. When we took over here, there was nothing here. This building was not there. The automated warehouse was not there. The infrastructure we provided, they were not there. But we had to do it from the onset, from inception up to where we are today.
Transparency is key in a procedure like this. In the exclusive interview with the chairman, he shared with us the optimization process.
I can tell you today, if I want to tell you the truth, BP Bureau of Enterprise is the best agents that could monitor, transform, and meanwhile, whatever we call privatization today. I remember when we took over, by the time we did our bidding, it was so transparent. In fact, the rigors was so much documents, everything you have to put together. We had to go and look for the technical partners. Then we had Bremen Post as our technical partner. So many indices, so many things that I have to put together. The staff of BP, they were so transparent. They know what they are doing. You cannot do any hanky-panky. You can't do it. It's not possible.
What's the chairman's view on the collaboration between the private sector and the government? Should it be encouraged? And of what impact is it on today's economy?
I think, to me, public-private PPP should be the best. And the one thing you will take fundamentally, you will know that it's not that they are doing a outright sale like that. It's collaboration. What it means that the government is giving you the enterprise or whatever you call it, that go along, collaborate with us. And because the government believes that the agencies still have a role to play, that is, they monitor what we do. The agencies like the Nigerian Port Authority, the NMASA, all of them, they collaborate in the area of maritime. And you can't do it alone. So they give us advice. There are so many advices they have given us, and we come together to tell them that this cannot work, this will work, and they listen to our advices too. So it's a good collaboration. We cannot do it alone. They give us support where support is needed. So I think PPP is the best that Nigerian government should continue doing.
Dr. Taiwo Afolabi, CON, talks about the challenges he has faced since he took charge of the Skyway Aviation Handling Company, PLC, SAHCO.
Access route to the ports is so terrible. You know that once you cannot access the port, what it means that you won't be able to evacuate the containers in the port. Port is not meant to store. It's just for you to make sure that your goods, your containers are being taken away from time to time. And this is having the adverse effects on what we are doing in the port. And I think government is doing something about that. I know that they've started, doing the roads now, so that they are listening government anyway. And secondly, the one that is more important to us is about the scanners. The scanners are not working in the port. So you can imagine where the clearing process, you have to drop, if you have 20, 30 containers, they want you to drop all the 30 containers at the same time. It's not a good way for agents, I'm telling you. And not that, it has a very big, how do I put it, burden on our equipment, because the equipment, the durability is going down. And we have already called the federal government that they must bring scanners. There no point in other countries, you don't have to look at container physically. Once you have the scanner, the scanner will scan, and they have the red flag, green flag. If there's something that there's dangerous goods or whatever, or you have something to hide that the federal government is not aware, the scanner will let you know. So you can imagine the dwell time of your container staying in the port.
In the community, our terms of corporate social responsibility have transformed the people, says Dr. Taiwo Afolabi, as he shares the impact of SAHCO's community efforts.
Today, we have a Ijora terminal, which is a private pot on our own. We've done it. We transformed the people. There you have all these hoodlums and everybody living around there. What we did, we had to call all of them. We gave them jobs. We transformed them. We were able to teach them that you can't be doing things that are criminal. I mean, you have opportunity to work and make money. And today, we are doing that. And there are other areas that our CSRs, we've given the buses, like we gave bus to seafarers, the port, they are enjoying. And our people, sometimes they go to schools. And there are so many people we have given, over 1,000, 2,000, we are giving scholarship to. You can't believe it. And we do a lot of things. I mean, we believe that it's part of what we should do. Because for everything we make, 10% of our money, profit, give it out.
The Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, charged with the overall responsibility of implementing the Nigerian policy on privatization and commercialization, is clearly leaving to her bidding. Let's take a look at some success stories of assets optimized by the BPE.
I don't think that Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria is redeemable, and we have the expertise in-house. There's no sector of the economy you will not find Nigeria excelling, either in Nigeria or outside. It's a question of picking the proper team.
The nature of investment required in power sector is also humongous. Government has tried also through some forms of guarantees to make sure there's a measure of liquidity in the system.
What service are these public enterprises giving? At what cost are they giving?
So what we do when we are dimensioning what should be our risk is to say, okay, which one is institutional, which is like strategic risk, which one is transactional, and which one are the normal process risk.
That BP has capacity, it has the required manpower to carry out reforms, and therefore, for me, BPE has a very important role in terms of advocacy, in terms of implementation.
What we have realized in power is that, with the right tariff, you can give everybody power.
There are what we call essential indicators, there are complementary indicators. All of these are set out in the KPIs. Beyond the KPIs, we also have industry standard indicators that will also coordinate those.
And ensure that policies are consistent. Regulation must be consistent. You can't do this today, tomorrow you do this. So if investors don't have clarity, if they don't have clarity of what is happening in the industry, they will stay away.
Every country learns through doing where the pitfalls are, and you get better. So BP has had a lot of experience doing that, and that's why I say you're not going to find any agency in this country that's had the kind of experience that we had.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
Hello once again. Thank you for being there. Another asset optimized by the Bureau of Public Enterprises is the Egbin Power PLC. Egbin Power PLC is a proud showcase for best-in-class operational and performance standards within the sub-Saharan power sector, with a state-of-the-art facility housing 6 steam turbines. It boasts an overall installed capacity of 1,320 megawatts, and work is currently ongoing on projects geared towards enhancing this capacity through new technology and alternative energy sources. Egbin Power PLC is only one of the success stories and a testament of what can happen if the whole value chain in the power sector is optimized. Mokhtar Buno, the CEO Egbin Power PLC, introduces his role in Nigeria Reform Privatization Program.
We are the largest private power generation company in Nigeria and in West Africa. We are bringing energy to life responsibly, and I'm insisting about responsibly. For us, business as usual is not existing anymore. Doing business now is about how you are giving to your society, to your community, to the country, and to the global world. How you are participating positively to that environment. So the journey of Egbin Power PLC passing from public to private was a very exciting and interesting experience, where you can see the transformation, when you can see the impossible transformed to positive possible, and when you see challenges transformed to opportunities, when you see the growth, when you see the participation and the impact on our environment.
Talking about the involvement of the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Mokhtar Buno shares his view on the role of public-private partnership in the power sector reform.
You can see that, the fully alignment on all stakeholders, BPE with Sahara especially, on making sure that the objective is clear and making sure that all steps are on to make sure that the improvement of the quality of service to serve better the population. BP was playing a major role of the success of the story of Egbin at all levels. They are with us through the board and outside it, supporting whenever there is a need for support. They never, they never relax, and that was fully aligned with the objective of going to private. The objective is going to private is, to transform completely the way to do business, and that was making, Egbin as a successful story.
Following the divestment of government equity in the power sector, Sahara Power Group came in as core investors.
Well, Egbin Power Plant, of course, that's the biggest power plant in Sub-Saharan Africa, 1,320 megawatts power station. As at the time when we acquired the asset was underperforming, doing just barely 450, 400 megawatts of power was being sold into the grid. Of course, that became something attractive to us. That look, the location is Lagos. Lagos is the biggest market for electricity, and getting such a plant will be strategic in our long-term objective of truly electrifying Africa.
When we asked about the transparency of the process as midwifed by the BPE, Mr. Kola Adeshina had one word.
Fantastic. Just one word. It's been fantastic because it's open. Like I said, it's not in any way, it's very transparent. It's not, mischief makers will always come up with stories that they fabricate just to dignify their lies. There wasn't any allocation done to anybody. It was done basically on the basis of the submissions we all made.
As the success story of the BPE continues, the year 2024 holds promises of carrying out sector reforms and liberalization of the key economic sectors, especially the infrastructure sector. Surely, the Bureau is determined to ensure the optimization of the nation's assets. And that's where we draw the curtains on this edition of OTNA, Optimizing the Nation's Assets. Do join us again next week as we traverse the process for a better, bigger, and brighter Nigeria. On behalf of the crew and your regular host, Dr. Tope Ojeme, my name is Omelogo Nadi. It's bye for now. Do join us again next week, same time.
OTNA, optimization on the go.